Settle back with a drink and welcome back to the Forgotten Film Series. Tonight's movie, from 1984, City Heat, starring Clint Eastwood and Burt Reynolds. Let's get to it.
What a deal!
Reynolds really took it in the face there, didn't he? Speaking of taking it in the face, this film was cursed right from the beginning. There was an action sequence at the beginning of the film, and it is known that Burt Reynolds had quite a respect for stuntmen. He was a stuntman himself. He was supposed to be hit with a chair, but his chair, it was a breakaway chair. Unfortunately, he was hit with a real one, caved in the side of his face, and spent the majority of the film on painkillers. They also shot him in profile a lot, you notice.
Clint Eastwood and Burt Reynolds in City Heat.
But Eastwood and Reynolds had tried to do a project for years, and they were friends. Richard Benjamin directed the film. Richard Benjamin was also known to be terrified of Clint Eastwood. Blake Edwards wrote the screenplay, even though he wrote it under the name Sam O. Brown. Get it? S.O.B., referring back to one of his movies. And watching the film now, I mean, the cast is great. You got Eastwood, Reynolds. They have some really good one-liners.
Let me say this to you one more time. Do not kill anybody. Do me a favor. Don't save my life anymore. My pleasure.
Jane Alexander, Richard Roundtree. Rip Torn is a good bad guy. The period detail is wonderful. The sound of the film is terrific, the cinematography. But the problem is the film just can't choose a tone. There are some funny sequences, some serious sequences, and some outrageous sequences. And I just feel like they couldn't really decide what kind of film they were going to make. Now, when this film came out, it made its money back, which was a good thing, but it was under the shadow of another huge studio film that year, a movie that made tons of money, record-breaking money, Beverly Hills Cop. So there you had this huge movie that Eddie Murphy did, was just groundbreaking at the time. And then you have one with these two old pros that people probably thought was money in the bank, and it made back its budget and just a little bit more, but nothing better than that. So the film was considered a bomb. Now, looking back all these years later, it's actually quite entertaining. It's funny. It's a parody. They're good together, like I said. There's plenty of action sequences. There's enough for, if you like these two guys, there's enough for you to enjoy.
Clint is a street-smart flatfoot. Burt is a wisecracking gumshoe. And together, the heat is on. It's 1933. The times are tough, and the streets are mean.
City Heat, 1984, a film that should not be forgotten.